turn now to CTV's Rachel Aiello. She has been following along with the rest of us, watching this news conference play out. Rachel, I want to know what stood out to you, and I also want you to answer, please, if you think Canada would be there at this moment if it weren't for what was happening, as Anand says, on the geopolitical scene, with Trump's tariffs and a change in the economic world order.
Good morning, Marcia. So to answer your question first, I do think that broadly the Prime Minister has motivations to expand trade relationships beyond the U.S., but absolutely the necessity of that has been amplified by where we are in this current moment. Obviously, relations between Canada and China have been tense for many years. This is the first visit of a Canadian Prime Minister since 2017 when Justin Trudeau went, and then, of course, relations really froze over with the arrest of Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou, and then what officials called the arbitrary detention of the two Michaels, that all resolving around 2021. So what stood out to me from what Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand was saying just there, two things. She's describing the relationship as complex, trying to make a case, Marcia, that there is more that's going to be discussed than just trade relations. Obviously, there are tariffs that go back and forth between the two countries that Carney wants to see to some degree resolved because of the ongoing trade war with the U.S. and the need for us to diversify our markets. But then talking about recalibrating the relationship. So many times I've been on here describing Prime Minister Mark Carney's governing style as pragmatic. So what I'll be watching for in the days ahead as he is in China is what does that look like, and is there a balance that he can strike between trying to make deals but also respecting the Canadian values and concerns this country has about China that have been very well expressed over the last number of years.
Do you think that headway, Rachel, and I'm sorry if I'm asking you something out of your lane, do you think some headway has been made on trade in advance of the Prime Minister's arrival?
Yeah, no need to apologize, Marcia. I think that is exactly what I have the sense of. When I was traveling with the Prime Minister to South Africa not that long ago, there was some talk, some indication that there was trips for China and India upcoming, and some indication that obviously work has been done behind the scenes. The Prime Minister likely wouldn't be going to China specifically, such a consequential visit, if there wasn't some assurances behind the scenes that there was going to be progress made. Now, senior officials briefing reporters on this trip in advance indicated there would likely be some degree of progress on tariffs, but kind of tempering expectations that it wouldn't be a full resolution, which I think might be a sigh of relief for Ontario Premier Doug Ford, who is quite against Canada lifting its 100% EV tariff on China, but maybe not exactly what Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe wants to hear, because he's quite concerned about the canola industry. Right now, Marcia, China has tariffs on Canada's pork, seafood, and canola. So I do get the sense there was probably some ability to have some progress there, but as Anand indicated, there are several other opportunities for collaboration. So maybe the tariff issue isn't going to be fully resolved, but there could be progress on other matters that we could see the Prime Minister coming away from this trip to China with some sort of tangible accomplishment.
Rachel, thank you for all of that. We're going to check in with you throughout the morning as we continue to watch all of the developments from China. Rachel